Hello, good morning. Welcome to New Forest Morphs. Jared and I are together this morning and we are very excited, Jared. And why are we excited?
Breeding season.
Breeding season is underway for us and we've got 10 beautiful pairings to do today, which we're going to share with you. But before we do that, we just wanted to cover a couple of other things. First of all, a big shout out to Rob Barrowclough at Royal Balls, who put out a fantastic video over the weekend, if you haven't seen it, on maternal incubation. And I learned two things there, Jared. Number one, that if you have an egg that goes off in the middle of a maternal incubation, you don't need to worry or panic because the girl will actually clean that egg and it will hopefully prevent it from going mouldy and infecting the rest of the egg. So there's the natural benefit of having a maternal incubation is that if there is a mouldy egg or an egg that goes off, she will clean that so it never gets a chance to grow mould. So I thought that really fascinating. And then the other thing I learned, Jared, is that we talk about putting holes in our incubation boxes, so there's ventilation and there's circulation. We put a fan in the incubator. Well, how do you think a female creates ventilation for her eggs when she's doing a maternal incubation? Do you know what she does?
Tell me.
Well, when she's coiled, she lifts her coils, she allows air in, and then she drops down again. And again, I saw that on Rob's video and I thought it was really, really fascinating. So what I'd like to do is maybe Jared and I could try maternal incubation this season. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to document the whole process. And we're thinking about doing it to either our panda girl or possibly our Penelope girl, which is a pinstripe. They're both big girls. They're both, Panda's given us a clutch 2 years ago. She's probably ready to give us a clutch this year.
She's a bamboo, by
She's
the
a
way,
bamboo.
not a panda pied.
Yeah, we'll show. Yeah, sorry, Panda. Her name is Panda, but she's a bamboo. But we think that we're going to maybe just see whether we can actually have the experience of doing a maternal incubation. So that'd be fun. The other thing we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about insulation, preparing for the winter, because the winter is on its way, and we've got to make sure. And our heart goes out to everyone in Florida and also the surrounding area, because I think some parts of South Carolina and some of the states bordering on there are definitely have experienced some of the biggest storms and hurricanes they've had for a long time, Jared, and it's been a massive devastation. I mean, the whole of one of the motorways was cut down because 2 days after the hurricane there was floods coming in. A lot of people lost power. A lot of people have got generators, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got quite a few friends out there that hopefully they're able to get their power back and they're able to protect their projects. So let's start off with another thing we're going to cover will be just looking at some of the other girls. Jared and I have done a lot of follicle checks today, haven't we, Jared? And we've got about another 1, 2, 3, 4 more girls. We checked their follicles today, and these are the girls that are about 1,500 grams. We thought before we pair them, we want to check their follicle sizes so that we're not wasting our boys. And we'll go through and explain what we've done. Jared's taken a few pictures. We'll share those with you. But I had a really good weekend, Jared. Sold a snake to a lovely family that came into the facility. And as I cleaned the facility for the weekend, knowing that we've got guests coming as well, I realised that we've got some hidden assets in the facility, which all comes from when we buy our rats. Now up here, Jared, when our frozen rats come, we're going to recycle these boxes because we're going to use them as part of our insulation. So what I found is that on the top rubs, they were about 1 or 2 degrees different because the air, the heat was escaping at the top. So what I've done is I've put these on there to actually help with the insulation. And what I found, Jared, is that it's actually giving us another 1.5 degrees. So it's making the rub system work better because everything's on one thermostat. So the thermostat's based on the center of the rub system, rack system. So below and above can vary, but if you insulate the top and the sides as well, you get much better constant temperatures. The other thing we've done to prepare for the colder weather, because apparently in the UK we're going to get some really icy cold nights. You don't want your facility getting too cold. So I've actually now switched on the ambient temperature, and over there, Jared, you'll see that we've got that working over there now. That's creating about 80, I would say 78 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit of ambient temperature, which means that the snakes are going to be a lot more comfortable because they know that they can fall back on 80 degrees ambient temperature. And also it's a good backup plan because if your heat mats go down, your snakes will not drop below 78 to 80. And they're comfortable around about 82 to 86 normally. Most of our snakes are on 82 to 84, 86. I've also reshuffled some of the hatchlings because we've been selling some of our hatchlings. I've decided to reorganise the hatchling racks. So Jared, just give us an update. How did the hatchlings feed last Friday when you fed them?
Really well. Yeah, the brand new ones, all of them apart from 2 have all eaten. So
Shall we have a quick look at those and see how they're doing? Because I
Yeah.
think it'd be lovely to give them an update. So let's start off with, which one should we do first, Jared? I've moved
these ones here, then.
these 2 here, so let's have a little look and see what we've got. I'll bring them to the table, Jared, because I think it'd be nice to see what these babies like with their first meal. This guy wants another meal, look at him. So this is our Orange Ghost Pied project, and you can see that they've got good appetites. So there's one there, Jared. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? If I come around this side, you can see him better. And look, he's nicely poised. He's thinking, have I got another meal coming my way? Isn't he lovely, Jared? I think this is the one that we think could be Orange Ghost Pied, but it's a super firefly as well. So we are hoping and praying that he does prove out to be a double recessive gene. And in here we've got another one which is very similar. Let's have a little look and see. Did this one eat as well, Jared?
Yeah.
There you go. Don't they look good with a meal in them, Jared? Now that one looks very much ghost pied to me, probably more so than that one. This I think is the ghost pied, is it, Jared? That's what we're guessing.
Not sure. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
But isn't that looking lovely? And look how chunky and happy it is. Really happy. So they're eating well. So we were feeding them, Jared. What are we feeding them?
They're on fluffs at the moment, rat fluffs.
Rat fluffs. So we've gone straight to rat fluffs. And did the visual ghosts eat as well, Jared?
Yeah, they've eaten.
Okay. So we'll just put those back. But lovely, Jared, to see that happening. And it took about 2 weeks, did it? From when they hatched out before they had their first meal?
Yeah, about 2.
About 2 weeks they started feeding. So that's about right, isn't it? Because a lot of people worry that they don't eat straight away, but they're surviving off the egg yolk that they've taken in board. So
Eventually they'll get on it.
Yeah. So they're getting off to a really good start. I think we've got the ghost. Should we pick out one of the ghosts, Jared? See how they're looking as well. Let's put those back. And try to think if the ghost is in here. Is that the ghosty?
There's one of them.
And is that the other one?
No.
No, that's the pied. That's the pied. Well, we'll bring them out anyway. Let's see how they're looking.
There's the fire ghost.
And then we'll bring out the fire ghost as well. Let's bring those 3 out, and Jared can just show you those off. But it's lovely that they've had meals. Oh, beautiful, Jared. That's the ghost that we're hoping is going to be 100% pied. Isn't that lovely? And that's probably got pastel and fire in there as well, we're hoping. You can see why it's called Orange Ghost, can't you? Look at the oranges on the alien heads. Isn't it beautiful, Jared?
This is the other ghost.
That one's in shed. It's going for its second shed. Did that one take a meal?
I don't think this one's eaten yet.
This one hasn't eaten yet, so you can see the difference. They're not all eating, but they will eventually eat. That one I think is going into shed. That one looks amazing, Jared.
Yeah, I think this is a firefly ghost, this one.
Beautiful animal. Let's have a look at this one here, see how this one's doing.
That one's a normal pied.
That's a normal pied. So, did that one take a meal?
I'm pretty sure it did.
It looks like it has, yeah. So there we go, the
It was
babies.
just one of the ghosts and then one of the
Yeah. So the babies are doing really well, and well done, Jared. We're getting them off to a good start. So we're going to be feeding them once a week, and we'll get them hopefully to good size, and then we'll sex them again and make sure we've got the right sex. I would like to just also update you on one other hatchling that's doing particularly well, which is this guy here. It is the Savannah.
Yeah, lovely.
So beautiful, Jared, and it's eating really well. So here we go. So here we've got the Savannah. Let's have a little look and see how he's doing. Healthy appetite, Jared?
Really happy.
A little bit shy, but beautiful patterns and colours. 100% het for ultra male. See whether you can get him opened up a little bit, Jared. Isn't he just lovely? I love the way the Mojave and the cinnamon interact together. Get those lovely wavy alien heads that kind of connect like a chain reaction, and you get that lovely white underbelly. They almost look like a lesser, but they're not. Imagine if you put lesser into that as well, Jared. That could go unbelievably good. But that must be doing really well. I wonder what it weighs now. Should we weigh it and see how it's doing? Now that's put that on there as well.
You just put it straight on here.
Okay. I'm guessing he's about 150, 145. So good size. We'll tuck him back into his bed. There we go, buddy. So there we go, there's just a few of our hatchling updates on our recent hatchlings. So now we can move on to some of the follicles that we've been checking. So I think the first thing we'll do, Jared, is we will do, and then we'll do the 10 pairings, is the Batman project. We've got 2 or 3 animals almost ready to go into the Batman project. One of them is called Tess. She's a spot nose, 100% het clown girl. I think she might be vanilla as well. Let me just check that. One of them's got vanilla in as well. So let me just show you her. She weighed in at 1700 grams. And let's just have a look and see her. There she is. So follicle size, I think, Jared, was 8 mil. So she's not far off. We like them to be at 10. So we're going to hold back another month, and then next month we're going to put Hercules to her, the boy. So she's doing particularly well. And then the other ones that we checked, Jared, follicle size. Have you got any pictures of those follicles, by the way? So we can, rather than actually bore you with a long ultrasound video, we can just show off some of the ones that we've done. So Tess came in at 8.5 millimeters, and she's weighing 1777 grams.
That was her egg.
Yeah. Europa, her sister, is in shed, so we didn't check her follicles. Pistachio, who is our clown girl, Enchy clown girl, she's weighing in at 1477, and she took us extra large multi, did she, Joe? XXL multi.
Yeah.
And she was literally about 6 weeks ago standing at about 1350, and in 6 weeks she's put on 100 grams, so she's at 1477 now. And there she is. Let's bring her out and see. She does like to come out, this one. She's got some beautiful, beautiful tones. Lovely amber and orange tones to her. I do like what Enchy does to the clown project, Jared. And if we decide to put her to Hercules, there's a chance of a super Enchy clown with leopard in as well, which is lovely. So there she is. So she's not far off, but I think we need about another month or so, Jared. And her follicle size, I think, was 5
mil.
5 mil. So let's just show them a picture of the 5 mil follicle, Jared. If you can just move on to that one. Does she have several eggs? How many eggs is she showing there?
I think you can see 3 eggs here.
Is it 3 eggs?
You got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All at 5 mil.
They're all at 5 mil. So she's not ready yet, but she is moving in the right direction, and that's wonderful, because with the ultrasound we can check to see how the girls are building. So the other one that we wanted to do is we wanted to check some of our pied projects. Atlas was 1500 grams weight, and she came in at 5 mil as well. So here's Atlas. Just show her off. So even though she's up to breeder size, we're going to hold back for another month or two, let those follicles build. And there she is, beautiful pastel pied girl, and doing really well, Jan. She's eating well.
Yep.
That's good. And then the other one we checked, Jad, was so one more I think we checked. So we've done Mayu. There's 2 more that we checked. We didn't do Mayu because she's only 1300 grams, so she's quite a ways off. Buttercup, so she's a proven breeder, produced 2 of our beautiful pastel yellow belly pied girls. In fact, this is the mother of the ones we just showed you. And let's bring her out and show you what she looks like. She's a yellow belly, pastel yellow belly pied. She's 1763 grams. She took a season off last season. We didn't breed with her last year. But Jad, would you say her condition is improving? She's getting bigger?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, look at the nice chunkiness about this girl here, and look at that lovely low white pied yellow belly pastel girl, Buttercup. And she is lovely, isn't she? Just look at that. Beautiful animal. Aren't you lovely? She feels weighty, and look at the size of her girth.
Yeah.
So that's what you want. You want her to kind of rebuild. And she's a slow multi-eater. She doesn't really... Is she pounding small rats as well now, Jared, or not?
She would, but she just eats Maltese.
Yeah.
They're better for her, I think.
Yeah, I think she likes the Maltese better. So we're giving her extra large Maltese, and we're giving them to her, I think, once every 10 days or so. and getting her up to size. So I think we're looking forward to pairing her soon, and I think we're going to put the Dreamsicle Boy Bowser to her to try and get the pastel and yellow belly into a visual pied that's going to be 100% het for lavender albino. So I think she's got a really beautiful project ahead of her. And then the last one, Jared, which I think we were going to show, was the was it Bubbles, one of our clown girls in here. Let's get Bubbles out. And what size follicles was Bubbles? She was 8.5. Can you show them the follicles on Bubbles?
Yeah.
So I think this is a lesser. Is she a lesser clown, Jared? There she is. She's got a paradox on the side there, and she was weighing in at 1770. She's 3 years old, and I think she's got inching as well, because I can see an inchy head stamp on her. Can you see that inchy head stamp? So a lovely animal. So again, we're going to use her in our breeding projects, but she's coming in at 8.5, so we might give her just another month before we start pairing her up. And I think that's all the girls that are coming on up that we're getting excited about. So now we'll move to our 10 pairings. So why do we pair 10 at a time, Joe? What's the rationale for that?
All the smells and hormones in the room, get the other ones interested.
Yeah, and Rob Barrowclough of Royal Boars explains to us that he calls that the rhythm of the room. So apparently there's much more success rate when you're doing it as a group, if you can, because the hormones stimulate the atmosphere, and in that atmosphere the boys get competitive. So we've had more locks doing it that way than we have on an individual basis. The other thing is to actually pair with them. Sometimes to pair in the evening is a good thing to do, and actually put them together overnight and then come back in the morning and check the locks. So they might be more likely to lock of an evening. But because we've got such a closed facility here, if we shut the windows down, we can create the evening conditions, just literally. Obviously we'll switch off the lights eventually, but you'll see this will become like night time anyway. So we'll breed this morning, and the ones we're going to start off with, Jared, will be your favourite project at the moment, which is your Skip to Mango, which is the Gravel Boy 100% het for clown going to a visual clown girl that's a lesser pastel. So let's start with Skip.
So we're shooting for a super pastel lesser gravel clown from this.
Yeah, here we go. Here he is. So let's just take him out. Beautiful animal, Jared. Looks really happy. And he's locked with us last year, 2 or 3 locks at least, so he's very capable of locking. And we'll just bring him out. There we go, buddy. Very solid snake. And he's weighing in. Let's just see how much he weighs. I'm pretty certain he weighs.
No, he's way over.
Good weight. So let me just see if I can get him to. Let's zero that off. There we go. So he's 1183, which I love boys to be around about 1200 is my ideal, but very strong, very chunky, and it looks like he's definitely 100% gravel, but it's always difficult to know between gravel and yellow belly.
He's from a super.
He's from a super gravel mum,
yeah.
So we know that he's got gravel in him, and I like his head stamp, and he's beautiful. Now we'll see whether we're here to go in and see Mango. Now Mango is this girl here. She's 2,500 grams. So what we'll do is we'll just take her hide off and we'll put that over there. And then we'll just have a little look at her, Jared. She looks really chilled, really happy. And her follicle size is, Jared, can you remember? I think we put them on there, didn't we? What size were
10 mil.
She's got 10 mil follicles, and that was back in July or August, so she could be a bit bigger than that now. So let's put this boy in. And let's see whether he can reconnect with his girl from last year, be romantic, and we'll just see what happens. What we're hoping for him to do is to actually show some dominance. When they are compatible and the boy's up for it, you find the boy goes on to the female allows him on, and then she will wag her tail, give off all those hormones, scent glands, and he will get stimulated by that, and then you'll see the beautiful harmony coming together. We do have a lock camera from last year and the previous years where we've actually got the whole process with a very small camera put inside, and you've got the two animals locking together. I think it was our clown project last year or 2 years ago. So please feel free, come and have a look and see what he's doing, Jared. So you can see he's slowly working his way to the female. And I think we'll just let them get on with it now, shall we? Oh, there he goes, look, so he'll start to go on her, she'll start to hopefully respond. And that's just lovely, Jared. There we go.
She bumped him off.
Do you see that? She's letting him know that you're gonna have to win my love, she's saying. You're gonna have to impress me before you mate with me, I tell you. Look, see that? Isn't that interesting? I've never seen that before, being bumped off. Have you seen that before, Jared?
No.
Yeah. Right, we'll let them do it all in peace anyway and see. Now, that was a bit of bumping off there, so she may not want to lock, but we'll have to see what happens. We'll give them a chance. It doesn't help to have all these lights on as well, so I think it can disturb them. The next one, Jared, is
Yazoo and Xena.
Yazoo and Xena. Now this is our albino clown project, isn't it? And this boy here is 2 years old, way up to size, absolute beautiful boy. Get in there and enjoy his patterns and colours. Now you can see he is actually at the colder side of the rub. He's protecting his sperm. I've checked temps, it's 88 on the hot spot and 82 on the cold spot. And so what we've got here is we've got an animal that is obviously very aware that he wants to protect his sperm. There we go, there he is. So a lovely, lovely animal. And again, he's about 1200 grams, Jared. And his partner will be Xena. Now this guy is 100% het for a clown. To see how beautiful he is. And this girl is a clown that's 100% het for albino. So there's a good chance, if we're lucky enough, that we might get some albino clowns, which is really what we're aiming for here.
50% chance of it.
There's 50% chance of hitting that. So let's just, what size were her follicles, Jared, and what was her weight coming in at?
She was 13 mil. I don't remember her weight, but it's way over.
So good size follicles. Put these two together. And let's see what happens. And let's go on to the next pairing.
Next one we've got is Thor and Ariel.
Thor and Ariel. So here we've got Thor. Now Thor was locking for us last year. He is an Exantic VPI pied boy. And we're aiming to shoot for, what are we shooting for, Jared?
We want to get some pastel pies that are het for VPI Exantic.
Yeah, brilliant.
So eventually we'll get pastel VPI pies.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, he's coming in at about 900 grams. So a lovely looking boy. I'll just show you off in there. You can see how beautiful he is. Very low white, pied, but beautiful. Right, it's going to put you to Ariel. Let's see whether you can lock with this girl. And here she is. She's bowl wrapping, or she has been bowl wrapping. So I'm going to put these two together. And then let me just get rid of her hide. There we go. And I'll just put that over this side so we know who's whose. He's decided to have a jacuzzi. He's having a shower prior to breeding. It's okay for them to be a little bit wet, Jared, isn't it? It's actually quite a good thing to have a little bit of. And I should mention it's very important to get your humidity up. So I've checked our humidity, and it was running at, was it 70%? When Jared came in, it was 70% humidity, which is really good for breeding. Let's go on to the next pairing, Jared.
Bowser and Calypso.
Bowser and Calypso. So where we got Bowser? Now this is our Holy Grail project. Bowser is a beautiful dreamsicle boy. You can see how beautiful he is. And Calypso is your pastel clown girl that's 100% het for a pied, and we're looking to produce some visual pieds that are double het for clown and lavender albino. That's what we're looking for. And let's just introduce him to his partner, see whether he can do the biz. Here we go. Lovely colours. There you go, big fella. You get a chance to explore this girl. Here he goes.
He didn't do anything for us last year, did he? So hopefully this year.
Hopefully this year he'll be able to do the business for us. And you can see the girl is very relaxed. Look how relaxed she is, Jad. Very, very relaxed. And there you go, Bowser. We'll leave you to do the business for us. There we go. Enjoy. And let's have a look. The next one we've got is the double het Exantic Clown project, which is super exciting. So Galileo is carrying both the het for Exantic VPI and Clown. There he is. Okay, we'll just put that over there. And then the girl is Curiosity. So here's Curiosity. She's about 1700 grams. I'll just put that up there, Jack, so you know where everything is. And then we'll slip him in. He's a super pastel and she's a pastel, so if we do hit an Exantic Clown, they're going to have pastel in them. They may even be super pastel Exantic Clowns, which would be absolutely gorgeous. The chances are 1 out of 16, so it's a long roll of the dice, but we did that with Moneypenny last year and we managed to get some visuals, so really super excited about that. So let's have a look and see how they respond to each other. Here she is. Right, there you go, big buddy. Go meet your future wife. There we go. He's going to go and explore her. She's a little bit nervous, first time that she's ever been paired with another animal. And hopefully they'll get on like a house on fire and we'll get a lockjaw. It'd be nice. There we go. The male is just showing his dominance, going on top of the female. And we're hoping to stimulate some follicle growth here as well, so it may not necessarily be that the animals aren't 100% ready yet, but you know, you've got to start somewhere, and sometimes by putting them together it will stimulate growth, won't it, Chad? So we'll let them get on with it then. So he's doing the right thing though, he's on top of her, and this is what you want in terms of your breeding. If the males start to go on top of the girls, it's normally a good sign. Okay, we must be halfway through what we're doing at the moment, so let's just put this back and move on to the next one, which is Hercules to Isa. So this is going to be our double het clown DG project. Isa was 8mm. Now you can see he's just shed out here. You see, perfect shed. So it's perfect time for him to go in. Let's just put him into there, and he's carrying Enchi Pastel Lesser Leopard Clown. And let's see how they get on together. And then the last four, so we've only got a few minutes left in the video. We've got Nova, which is our Mojave Ultra Male Boy. Nova, proven breeder. He produced a lovely clutch for us with your beautiful Cinnamon Girl. And we're going to put him to Karamak. So here's Karamak, and she is a beautiful ultra male girl, weighing in about 1700 grams. And I think we'll see whether these two can lock. We're going to be shooting for some Mojave ultra males, which are lovely. And then the last projects we've got are Apollo is going to go to Toast, so with Banana, Cinnamon, Orange Dreams is what we're after here. Let's pull him out. So this is going to go to Toast and see whether we can produce some lovely animals there. And she's bowl wrapping. You can see that she's building her follicles. So she's always the first animal to go for us, so hopefully. And the last two, Jared, we've got are Casper and Panda. Are going to produce some bells. The Panda is our. Let's just put her in here, Jared. She's over here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Panda's going to be over here. Here she is. She's our bamboo girl. And this guy is carrying Mojave Bamboo and Ultramel Jean. So we'll let them go together. And the last one, Jared,
Is Giovanni.
Giovanni's going to Penelope. So we're going to try and create. He's a super pastel banana G-stripe. Is that Penelope?
Yep.
And she's a pinstripe. So there we go. Thank you for